How's it going, guys? So as you guys saw by the title of the video, we actually got blessed by RPM Motorsports, and they went ahead and sent us this exhaust. So let's go ahead and open it and do a little unboxing for you guys. Wow. All right, let's get right into this. It comes really well wrapped, as you guys can see, polished already. Haven't even finished taking it out and I already love it. Wow. Yeah, this is a beast. 3-inch diameter turbo inlet straight to the turbo, and it comes out into a 3-inch electronic cutout, and it goes into your 2.5-inch stock muffler. So this is a mid pipe, essentially just getting rid of the catalytic converter and getting a optional electronic cutout. This is basically straight pipe because turbo inlet right there comes straight through into this cutout. This is super beautifully made. As you guys can see, you can see my reflection right there. All TIG welded stainless steel. They already polished it for you, and it comes with this bracket. Let's go ahead and open this up. I feel like I should be wearing gloves to take this apart. It's so nicely polished as well. So big shout out to the guys over there at RPM. They went ahead and hooked us up with this exhaust, and they also are hooking you guys up. Let me put this down real quick. Get this bracket down. Yeah, so they're also hooking you guys up. Anything from RPM that you guys want to buy, they're giving you guys 5% off if you guys use the discount code Manzanita. I'm gonna put it right here. Use the code Manzanita and you guys are gonna get 5% off their whole shop for this specific muffler. If you guys buy this one, you guys are gonna get $37 off at checkout if you guys use code Manzanita. So we went ahead and hooked you guys up as well. So let's talk a little bit about this exhaust. So I'm gonna put it down. Hopefully it doesn't fall. So to start off, the 3-inch turbo inlet directly connects to your turbo, getting rid of the catalytic converter. It's 3 inches, as you guys can see, the same diameter as the turbo. So it's going to be flowing a lot of gases to make sure you guys get extra power. And on a stock tune, this exhaust can actually add 6 to 7 horsepower depending on your tune. On a stock tune though, leaving your Can-Am completely stock, leaving it as is, just by putting this mid pipe, 6 to 7 horsepower. If you guys have other tunes, separate tunes, you guys are going to get a lot more out of this exhaust. This is definitely a really good exhaust to get because you're getting rid of the catalytic converter, getting a lot more air and gases coming through, and you also get included into this exhaust a second O2 sensor port. So there's one right here and there's one right here. So the stock one is going to connect right here, and you have the optional second one if you guys are running a data logger or anything like that. Now this is a slip-on. You guys don't have to do anything except install it. It comes with everything you're going to need. It has these nice little, this is the exit. This goes straight into your OEM muffler. So this is essentially just getting rid of the catalytic converter. It has a beautiful, nice little ducktail cutout, as you guys can see. Very nice. The craftsmanship is amazing on these. As you guys can see, all hand welded. These are beautiful. So again, thank you RPM for sending this out to us, and thank you also for hooking up my viewers and whoever watches this with 5% off at checkout with code Manzanita. As you guys can see, it also has a nice little RPM. Let's see if the camera can get that. Maybe get a little closer. There you go, right there. Super beautifully made. Let's go ahead and see what else they put inside of this little box. So it comes with this custom bracket that they sent out to you. Let's go ahead and open this up. Oh, look at this bracket. Really nicely made. Make sure you're not going to get no rust on this thing. Super beautifully made. Let's see what else they include. They include this nice little install instructions, but you guys don't need to worry about that because I'm about to be installing it right now. In the next clip, after we take off the OEM muffler, I'm gonna show you guys how to do that as well. So let's go ahead and open this, see what we get inside of this. Alright, so it comes with a reinforced. Okay, let's go ahead and put those zip ties down. It comes with a lot of zip ties. You know, all the zip ties you're gonna need to install this to get your wiring harness figured out. So it comes with this reinforced clamp. This is for the exhaust, the turbo side. So this is gonna clip on nice, reinforced. Not gonna have to worry about this opening up on you. Make sure your turbo and your mid pipe are connecting super tight. Next thing you're gonna have is this is gonna be the switch to connect your e-valve. So as you guys can see here, it comes with everything you guys need. The wiring is long enough for 4 doors because that's what we're going to be installing today on the Manzanita. So let's go ahead and get this out. As you guys can see, closed, open, comes with all the pins. It's actually orangely lit up. So I'll show you guys that when we get that installed. Wiring harness just clicks straight into here. As you guys can see, just boop, bada bing bing pow, clicks in. So this kit comes with everything you guys are gonna need. So let's go ahead and get started on the actual taking apart the old OEM muffler, which as you guys can see is right there. I'm gonna get some better lighting in the next clip so we can go ahead and get that removed and get this brand new RPM mid pipe installed. Alrighty guys, so the first thing that I'm gonna be doing, just get a little bit more space over here, as you guys can see, because we need to take off these springs first. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking off the rear fascia. So all you're going to be needing is some T27 tool thing, and then you just take off 5 bolts, 2 on top, 2 on bottom, and then 1 right here. Take this off, and then I'll go ahead and show you guys the next step. Alrighty guys, now with the rear fascia taken off, we have better access to all of these springs. Right there you see we need to take off the old mid pipe, and next thing we're going to be doing is taking off these black bolts because these are connected to the hanger right here, and we're going to take this hanger off and that hanger off as well for the next step. So we're just going to be taking off this one, these 2. There's 2 on top of here as well, and there is 1 on the bottom, and then for this one, 2 right there, 1 on the bottom, as well as 2 more on top right there. See if I get a better angle. Yeah, right there. So that's the next step, and then once those are taken off, I'll be back. Alrighty guys, so now that we have the exhaust shield taken off, the next step is you can either, I'm going to take off these springs right now, as you guys can see. These springs I'm going to be taking off next to loosen up the inlet right here, and then you have a bracket that is right there, the stock bracket, and then this is connected. There's a band right there. There's one of these bands over there on that one. So we're gonna go ahead and go on the other side and take off the old bracket, the clamp that's over there, to loosen up the exhaust. But first, we're gonna go ahead and take these springs off, and then be right back. Alrighty guys, so I thought I should mention a little trick, or not trick, but at least what I did when I took off the springs. So what I did was, when the springs are like this, they're really hard to take off. So what I did was I put this little, I don't even know what you would call this. I just hooked it on like that, put it around, and then with a big Allen, I just put it through like so. And then I just pulled it like that. You pull on it, and then you have a lot of leverage. You could also buy the tool from RPM themselves. They have a great tool. I just thought I had a tool for this. Turns out I didn't. So that's a little trick that you can use to get these exhaust springs off. Now that they're all off, we're gonna go ahead and we'll go to the other side, and we'll see you right now. Alrighty, now we're here on the other side, and the first thing we need to do is take off this clamp right here, this mount. So we're gonna take off these two 27 Torx screws as well. That's gonna be covering those two bolts right there. And then you can also take off the O2 sensor, which is gonna be located right there. It's a 22 millimeter wrench. So that's what you're gonna need to take off this O2 sensor. So once I take off this plastic cover and the bracket, I'll go ahead and take off the exhaust mount. Alright guys, I went ahead and took off this plastic cover. I was having some difficulty with the exhaust holder thing. So I went ahead and I'm gonna show you guys how to do that right now. I'm gonna put this one back on because I took the other one off already. And I went ahead and took the whole exhaust off. It basically just came off because we had already took the springs off and we had took the clamp off up there. So what you guys are gonna do is you guys are gonna put an extension through here. I'm gonna go ahead and show you. So you're gonna grab your extension and you're essentially just gonna fit it through here, as you guys can see, and then that way you're gonna be able to access the bolt that's hidden behind this plastic cover. So you guys are just gonna need to take off the two zip ties here, right here. Let me go ahead and get the light. So you guys are gonna go ahead and take two zip ties, this one right here, and there's gonna be like another one right here that you're able to take off, and then now you're able to access this by just feeding it in, and then you're gonna be able to access that bolt right. You can see my socket is already on it, and you can just tighten it right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this clamp, and once that's done, we'll start mounting up the exhaust. Alright guys, once you have that RPM mount installed, you're gonna go ahead and steal the gasket from your old exhaust and put it on here. Now this one didn't come with the gasket. It doesn't say to use one. I'm just gonna reuse the old one because it's better to have nothing. I'm better to have something than nothing. So now we're gonna go ahead and mount this onto the Can-Am, and I'll show you once you're done. Alright, I went ahead and put the exhaust on. It was pretty simple and straightforward. All you have to do is put these springs on, exhaust springs on. I also found that it was easier to put them on with this. I forgot what tool this is called. This one, way better to use. And now you put the exhaust clamp that I showed you, the new one from RPM, way better, way more reinforced. And you're also going to want to reuse one of your clamps from your old heat shield. You can modify your heat shield to make it fit, but honestly I'm just going to keep the main one, which is the one that goes right here. And speaking about that main one, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to trim it a little bit. So let me go ahead and bring this to the light. You're going to want to trim that little part because it actually interferes where the valve is. This little valve right here, it allows it, so this is hitting and you don't want that. So you're going to go ahead and cut that, and we're going to go on to the next step after that. When we have the heat shield on, we're just going to do the wiring, and then yeah. Alrighty guys, so everything is done now. I went ahead and trimmed the heat shield, as you guys can see right there. It's nice and trimmed, and for some reason, I don't know if this is on all models or just mine, maybe the fabricator, it came a little different, but I had some issues with this hitting, so I went ahead and trimmed this one as well, and now it fits great. I went ahead and wired it up. You guys probably couldn't tell because I wrapped it in this like plastic wrap thing, and I just ran it along the bottom right there underneath that, put the cover back on, and as you guys can see, it just comes around right here and then goes on that side, and we have the RPM right there holder with the clamp. Went ahead and put the O2 sensor on this side because it hits on this shield right there. Important thing to do is to wipe it down in a microfiber towel because you don't want there to be fingerprints or anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on the inside and show you guys. So I went ahead and just wired it through the whole middle of this right here, and you plug it into the accessory and your ground because you don't want it to always be on if you put it on direct power. So as you can see, the wire's right there, the little gray one, and this is the clamp So all we need to do is sound test, and as you guys can see right here, we have our switch. I ended up opting to put it next to this switch right here, so we're gonna go ahead and turn it on. So let's see, you guys can see it's nice and orange. It says close, and then I'm gonna go ahead and open it. Hopefully you guys can hear it. All right, it's open. Let's go ahead and come back, and boom, there it is. Really nice exhaust. So I think I should be cutting to these sound clips now. Alright guys, after you guys saw those clips, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. And I just want to point out some other things that I didn't mention during the install video because I thought I'd save it the best for last. So this exhaust is actually 2 pounds lighter than the OEM one with the catalytic converter, as well as this exhaust adding 67 horsepower with just installing it. No tune needed, stock tune adds horsepower, not to mention your E-valve. So you know, when you want to be ripping in the dunes in the desert, you can be as loud as you want and have as much sound as you want. But when you're waking up early to go riding, you know, you can have the valve closed and the neighbors won't be able to hear you. That's some of the benefits of this exhaust, is that you get the best of both worlds, you know, being able to switch and with the switch of a button. It's 100% bolt-on. Not to mention, since you have more flow through your exhaust, you're gonna get less heat back there, so that's also always a plus. And yeah, this connects to most aftermarket mufflers as well that go into a 2.5. And yeah, that's really all there is to this exhaust. Pretty simple, pretty easy install, as you guys saw. And let me know what you guys think below in the comment. Once again, use code Manzanita at checkout and you will get 5 additional off, 5% off if you use code Manzanita. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the comparisons and everything. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.